What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA DFS video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. This is the final NBA video until after All-Star break. This is our final slate before after All-Star break. Okay, we got a nice little much needed relaxation time, a little break from NBA DFS for a good little bit, for about a week. So we got to do damage on this final slate. We're already the small slate killers. Let's keep that reputation alive and let's absolutely destroy this 3 game slate before break. All right, I'm incredibly excited about this one because I feel really, really good about where I'm sitting so far and how I'm feeling about the slate. As always, though, the most important thing is going to be keeping up with information as the time goes on. Right now, it's 10:05 Central. Okay, so only have a few things that are definitive, and that's DeRozan doubtful, Caruso doubtful. Outside of that, there's not much else. There's some guys questionable, but not much else information I can really go off of as of right now. So remember that. So if like Paul George was ruled out or something, I didn't know that at this moment. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into this, man. 3 game slate. Let's smash this thing. All right, here we go. Starting off first and foremost, we got some solid point per dollar today. We've got some solid value, guys. The first guy that I'm going to rock with today, and where is he? Do I have his projection jacked up? I have his projection messed up a little bit. I got AO around 23 to 25. Let's go ahead and put him 25 for now. AO is a fantastic option with Caruso out, and I think that's what it was. I haven't adjusted him with Caruso out. With Caruso out and DeRozan out, this is a fantastic spot for AO at 4-2. It's just too cheap. I really like, instead of grabbing, like we grabbed Levine last night and he absolutely dominated, right? But today, instead of grabbing Levine and spending up on that for him, I prefer to kind of go the cheaper guys on Chicago today because, I mean, one, blowout potential is a definite possibility. And number two, it just opens things up in your lineup and you're still grabbing guys who are getting big bumps here. All right, so AO is going to be my first guy that I'm grabbing from Chicago. The next guy that I'm going to grab is Kobe White. Kobe White sticks out to me a lot too here, and his projection is gonna be adjusted too. I'm gonna put him around 25 as well with AO. But both of these guys are gonna be solid options. Both of them are gonna get solid minutes here in this one. They're both incredibly cheap, and with Caruso and DeRozan out, they're both gonna be relied on. Both gonna be needed. Kobe White's a guy who's got crazy upside. Like Kobe White, if his shot is on, he can go crazy. Okay, so I love Kobe White and AO here as the value from Chicago. Instead of spending money on Vooch or a Levine with where they're going to be severely hindered if it's a blowout, I prefer to kind of right now, early on, take these cheaper guys from Chicago that blowout shouldn't affect too much. Like maybe AO it would affect, but Kobe White's going to get minutes regardless. And AO at 4-2, I mean, they should both hit value pretty simply. Okay, so I really like this spot for both of those guys. Next up, a guy who's just too cheap for me is going to be Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is just too cheap for me in this one. No DeMar DeRozan, who is a solid defender. With him off the floor for Chicago, their defense is not going to be as good. And Chris Middleton, at the end of the day, at only 5-5, it's just fantastic value, man. He's just too cheap in a game, in this game environment, this situation. Middleton at 5-5, I absolutely love him. He grades out to me as fantastic, almost 31 projection. So I really, really love Chris Middleton today. Next up, one of my favorite games to target is going to be the Washington Anthony Edwards game. With D'Angelo Russell gone, Anthony Edwards his usage has been incredible, and he's a guy that I'm going to keep rolling to. The dude's usage has been through the roof, and I love him here at 9K against Washington. One of the better games of the slate. High total, close matchup. Really love this spot for Anthony Edwards a ton here. All right, speaking of that game, I'm going right back to it. And as you can tell, there's a theme here. Really love some guards on this slate today. Mike Conley at 5-2 is just too cheap. That's too cheap. 5-2 for a starting guy who's going to be at 30 plus minutes in a close matchup, fast paced situation. Mike Conley's projected almost 6x. I mean, that might be 6x. I'm not sure exact math, but 6x pretty much projection for Mike Conley. I absolutely love those two guys from Minnesota. On the Washington side, I really, really like Kyle Kuzma. I do like Porzingis. I think Gafford has a big game today, having a matchup with Gobert and stuff down low. So yeah, I like. There's a lot of different ways to go on this, small 3 game slate. We'll have to see exactly what starting lineups are looking like for Chicago and stuff like that. But as of right now, we have AO and Kobe White with Caruso doubtful and DeRozan doubtful. If either one of them end up playing, that's going to hurt both of these guys. Okay, so if DeRozan plays, I'm not going to like these guys as much. If Caruso plays, I'm not going to like Kobe White as much probably. AO's still going to start, so I'm not going to like Kobe White as much. But either way, they're both doubtful right now, so that's what I can go off of, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So really like this spot for those two guys. Chris Middleton just feels too cheap here at 5-5. Just a cheap play in my opinion. You've got Pat Connaughton out, Bobby Portis still out, so on and so forth. Anthony Edwards is just, his usage has been crazy since D'Angelo Russell left. And Mike Conley, same situation, got traded over here from Utah. And he's just in a fantastic spot at 5-2. Obviously, D'Angelo Russell being gone, he's the point guard for this team here. And it's a close spread and a good game to target tonight. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Final 2-game slate. 3-game slate. Final little 3-game slate until All-Star break. Let's smash this thing and end it with a bang. Appreciate you guys for watching me as always. And I'm out. Peace.